advance to the Elite Eight, beating the former team in my hometown. It's no better feeling.
What was the mood and feeling at halftime? End of the half didn't go the way you guys wanted, down two, but a lot of confidence?
Yeah, a lot of confidence. We were definitely frustrated with just our defensive focus. We felt like the effort was there, but we could have been better. And we definitely turned that page in the second half, forcing the highest scoring team in the country to whatever points we did in the second half. We just locked in mentally, sharpened up our switches, and took pride one-on-one.
You talked about on media day a couple days ago that when you had the lead, you had to keep going, kept the gas in, and that's something you learned last year. How gratifying is it that you were able to do just that when you took the lead today?
Yeah, when we took the lead, we understood that they are a team that can quickly go on a run, especially with their three-point shooting, and just playing for Nate Oates, that's what they do. So being mindful of that, and also continue that defensive intensity that we had that got us to that point, and continue to play sound basketball on an offensive end.
Mario, what is it like playing a team like that that's like shooting so many threes and always looking?
I mean, I played on the team, so I definitely understood it. And also just like sprinting back while being mindful and cautious of those shooters, and also being able to guard, one-on-one, because, you run them off the three-point line, but, you got LeBaron take you to the basket one-on-one, or, might separate for a mid-range pull-up. So definitely was a challenging game, but, we live for those challenges.
You talked about how exciting this was to play on the United Center floor. I mean, what was it like to get a win tonight, man?
Man, that was everything. These are moments that I'll cherish forever. In the moment, you sometimes take it for granted, but I take pride in not doing that. Just being with my team and understanding what's at stake here, and knowing that we got a goal to accomplish.
Doing it close to home, in front of friends and family, were you able to take in the moment and maybe see some of them during the game after a couple made shots there?
Yeah, during the game, I try to stay locked in. But after the game, I definitely said what's up to the fans, just gave them some waves, and I'm probably going to see them after the game. So definitely good to see them in the stands, and just gives you that full hometown vibe.
Trey McKinney really stepped up being a freshman. What can you say about what he's done for this team, and how big that was for a freshman to step up in a moment like this?
He lives for these moments. Just his talent and his mentality. I talk about his maturity all the time. Just ready for the moment, and he puts in so much work off the court too. So it's like he's super locked in into what we do as a team, but also to himself and maximizing what he can bring to the table.
What about Marty, too?
Oh, man, you saw it.
What do you think that second half was the biggest difference? But then when you guys get rolling.
Yeah, I think it was our defense and our offensive rebounding. Like, we got a lot of second chance shots, and we won by a wide margin on the glass in the second half, and that's just what we pride ourselves on, and we could just get that going at any moment, and we did that in the second half.
LeBaron was so good in the first half. What did you guys do differently in the second half?
We just trying harder. I felt like he had it just as good in the second half as the first half, and it was hard to keep him out the paint with all those shooters, but it just wasn't enough from him.
Was it fun to have two old Link guys going against each other tonight?
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Going out there, we all know each other because going out there is pretty tough, and we all know each other, so it was great to play against somebody we know.
What's the secret to working through screens the way you're able to on the defensive side?
Just being physical, getting into the ball. Whenever you see a screen, the first thing you got to do is get into the ball so you can either go under or blast through it.
What can you say about Trey McKinney, a freshman stepping up in a moment as big as today was?
Yeah, he's just showing who he is. He's a future NBA player, and he's just showing that. Yeah.
And as far as just playing a back-and-forth game like that, do you enjoy games like that, being a guard, just running up and down the floor, letting threes fly?
Yeah, for sure. This is definitely one of the most fun games I played all year because it's like you're playing in the NBA. It's two NBA offenses with a lot of NBA players on the court, so it's kind of like an NBA game.
How long do you guys enjoy this moment before you move on to an elite matchup after this game?
Probably about like an hour, and then we'll do film. We'll probably do film later tonight after this game, so yeah.
Thanks, Elliot. Appreciate it.
Felt like there was a.
I'm still moving on. I know we talked on a couple days ago about finishing the job. You guys went on runs, wanted to finish. How gratifying is it that you were able to do that today?
No, yeah, I mean, obviously last year didn't end how we wanted. I wouldn't necessarily say like we didn't end like awful. Like making the Sweet 16 is obviously awesome, but Being up like double digits in the second half and then being able to keep chopping and to finish the job, like we had talked about, was great. Just super proud of our effort in the second half and being able to just lock in our defensive schematics and make sure that it happened the way we wanted to.
Being somebody that came back and wanted to be at Michigan for a moment like this, how nice and meaningful is that for you to wear the jersey?
Oh yeah, man! Getting to put the jersey on one more game, one more guaranteed game means everything. Obviously this place is my home. I ride and die with the Block M, so to be able to put it on one more time, that's the name of the game. So super excited for it.
Last one for me. Trey McKinney played an outstanding game as a freshman. What can you say about him stepping up at a moment as big as today was?
Man, yeah, I mean, he hasn't been afraid of that moment all year. Super proud of all the work that he puts in. All nothing bad to say. All good things. It's awesome.
Thanks so much, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Game away from
Elite Eight. I know that you had some urgency to get here. What's the feeling like now?
Crazy feeling. Like, not too many people can say they ever been on a part of the program that made it to Elite Eight. I keep reiterating, just one step closer to our ultimate dream and ultimate goal, to make it to the championship game and be able to win. So, very proud of how our guys be able to adapt to the environment, adapt to our challenges this game. We were able to close it out.
The flow of the game obviously was as fast-paced as we've seen. Is that fun for you? Do you enjoy games like that? How were you able to sustain a run there? It had to be exhausting.
Man, I think it was tiring. It was probably the most fast-paced game we played in a very long time. Obviously, kind of like Michigan State almost, but those guys are relentless, especially their offensive. It's just so unique. They put up a lot of threes. I think Filine really got it going, especially. But I think that was our key, be able to find different looks for him. Obviously, he's a great scorer, so just being able to, start in gaps and then be able to fan out to the shooters.
You were one of the players that really wanted to come back to play for Michigan. Now knowing that you're going to an Elite Eight in that jersey, what does that mean to you?
It means everything. Just everything that I sacrificed to be in this position now, be in this role. Just everything that I dreamed of. Obviously in this situation, in this day and age of the transfer portal, you have the decision to just go somewhere and be able to play or have a different role. But I decided I wanted to stay here and play this role no matter what, and I know that we would be capable of making it to this moment we are now. So it's just a happy feeling to just be in this moment.
So you get hype after those back-to-back threes. What is that moment like? Just the crowd's going wild, you force a timeout, here on one of the biggest stages ever. Can you describe that feeling?
It's just an amazing feeling, just having that support from our fans, my teammates, my coaches. Obviously, I really didn't shoot much threes over the season, so being in that moment was sort of different for me. But obviously, I work on that a lot in practices. So just having my teammates, people like Trey Yaks, being able to tell me, "Yo, shoot the ball," especially when you're open. It's just an amazing feeling to see shots go in and due to all the work that I put in.
Talked to Will, and he mentioned that Yaxel didn't know that Bammer was trying to reach out to him in the transfer portal, and you guys were just going in on that. Can you confirm or deny there?
I can confirm nor deny it what that he went through. But I mean, obviously, I've had my past with Coach Oates, especially him at UB. He was recruiting me when I was younger. I always wanted to play for Coach Oates, especially his philosophy. The way he plays, he's a great coach. I know he has a great staff, especially when he was at Buffalo. Just being a kid and seeing his run in March Madness, there's always something that I always look up to. So I don't know what Yax has been through, but it's not crazy that he probably just didn't know that they reached out. That's just the day and age where he probably just reached out too late, and Yax probably already had his idea where he wanted to be.
Talk about the guy to your left right there.
Yeah, I mean, this is no freshman. This is the most comfortable I've ever seen a teenager, essentially. So just his maturity that he's played with throughout the course of the season and his ability to adapt to any situation, especially with LJ out and him having to play more of a playmaking role. I feel like he's just more as comfortable as ever. And then just kind of his different parts of his game being able to develop as well, learning under guys like Yax, me, or even Elliott.
Thank you.
Seems like it was a tale to have.
We won really amazing. Second half, I think
I'm just really blessed to be a part of a team like this, and where everybody can shine any game, any moment. So yeah.
I know Bama was one of your schools. You know Nate for a long time. Hit a couple of those shots in front of him. Say anything to you during the game?
Oh no. I mean, it's all love. I mean, I grew up knowing him because my aunt, she was colleagues with him at work in high school at Romulus. So yeah.
Can you explain This feeling here, growing up close to this university, being able to put out and show up here on this stage, what's that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the biggest stages in basketball. So, I mean, we have one of the best teams in America. And, I mean, when we come out there and we're paying attention and we put the details in the scout and stuff in practice, I mean, I don't feel like anybody can stop us, especially when everybody's being aggressive and everybody's playing defense. We're really hard to stop.
To be from the state of Michigan, play for the state of Michigan, and make an impact in a state of Michigan game, what does that mean to you to be able to earn a win for your state?
It means a lot. I mean, when you're in the tournament, you're playing for your school, and that means something. So, I mean, just to be able to survive and advance every game, that's something that, not a lot of teams get to do. And, I mean, we're down to 8 teams out of, 360. So that means that says a lot about, our culture and our program.
Did you find yourself in a little groove there?
Yeah, to be honest, I really did, yeah.
Thanks, Ray.
Trey, you've been shooting it well.
You want Yaks or you want Dusty?
We don't necessarily practice the outlet pass. We made a calculated risk this summer when someone jumps to contest a shot. Instead of getting back in the fray and trying to rebound, we told our guys just to keep running and take their momentum to the other end, and then we would try to throw it up ahead. And our guys have taken it to another level. We've really scored easy baskets throughout the year on that, and I thought Yaks had a phenomenal one today where it's probably a 30-70 ball that he came up with, and we talk about winning the catch. Those guys, when we throw it, they take pride in winning that catch.
What's winning the catch? Just is it
50-50 ball. It's just like a wide receiver in DB. That ball's up in the air, and you've got to find a way to come up with it, whatever it takes. And our guys have taken that and ran with it this year.
Yeah, Big Ten has 4 headed there. Obviously, your league's had a great.
5, right? This is 5 Big Ten teams? This is 4. How many is this? I'm sorry.
Michigan State has 4.
Oh, Michigan. Okay, yeah.
There's 5 left, but I'm just 4 in so far in the next round. It's the most they've ever had in that round already. Just what does that mean to you, and what does that say?
I would say the best way to break this drought if we just send 4 Big Ten teams to Indianapolis. Take care of it.
The Axel's had big stat lines throughout the year, but it felt like a different year on both sides of the floor tonight.
Yeah, he's been like that every time the stakes have been the highest. I thought his second half energy, effort, and attention to detail was as good as it's been.
Trey McKinney feels like feels like he almost doesn't get the sense of how big this stage, like he's being unflappable for a freshman.
Yeah, playing well, playing poorly, everything in between. His day-to-day work, that's his gift. He's just about the next thing, the process of getting better, and his maturity, he's much more mature than his age and years say.
Dusty described Elliot Cadeau's pass defensively. What impressed you most about the way he works through screens?
What impressed me the most was his ability to stay on the court in the second half. When you look at the runs they went on, they coincided with Elliott being on the bench. I thought the best thing he did in the second half was he blocked a couple shots, which there's a lasting effect of that. And then there were a couple loose basketballs in the open court that he had no business getting, and it seemed like he got all of them. And then he stayed with it. He missed his first 3 shots, hit every part of the rim and popped out. And he stayed with it and made big shots. You
said in Buffalo that you wanted to, 365 days ago, win more games, so you got a little bit more of a home crowd. How was the Michigan crowd for you out there today?
They were awesome. They were great, and our guys earned that and deserve it, and hopefully Sunday it will be even better.
Dusty, I assume Alabama delivered what you thought they would in the first half, running up and down threes. Did you guys come back even more forcefully and physically in the second half than you even had thought?
Well, yes, but the game plan didn't change that much. I think when Roddy and Trey made some shots, we were able to open up some space. And I think Yaks' aggressiveness, just putting his shoulder, getting downhill, even when he didn't finish, he attracted 2 or 3 defenders, which allowed Adai to get on the glass, which allowed us to get some second and third shots. And I thought that those were the plays that turned the tide, no pun. And so, yeah, but a big part of it was just Yaks getting downhill.
Coach, tonight was kind of a historic victory. It's the 34th victory in the season. You surpassed your fellow coach in D-line or whatever. You guys had a previous connection. How you feel about passing this season?
Well, I didn't know Coach Beeline other than I've studied his teams for a number of years. I met him my first week as a head coach at FAU, and he sat down next to me and introduced himself. And so that's the type of guy he is. As far as breaking that record, we're going to be playing more and more games. These records are going to be very, very short-lived in any book. Yeah, we want to get up and down, and we also feel like we're able to get some easier baskets in transition than the transition threes. We felt like we could get some dunks and layups and those outlet pitch aheads, but there was a time when we considered slowing it down, but we just felt like we had more depth and we needed to get to Philon's legs because he was making such tough shots. Those threes off the bounce, the James Harden step backs, I mean, he puts on a show.
Steve, last year, a couple more. Last year, you guys were into the bus Auburn. This year, you take that step
And ended up, I guess, leading with 10 points in that 23-point span. Speaking of performance, what was said at halftime?
Well, honestly, we have to play to our strengths. That's what we were talking about, honestly. We're playing against the number one offense in the country, and we're trying to get into an offensive match with those guys, and, we're not that kind of team, So the second half, we definitely kept talking about being more physical, mucking the game up and just having the will to play defense. Philon was killing us. He still ended up killing us the whole entire game. But if we made him slow down a little bit more and made the rest of the guys beat us, I feel like we had a really, really good chance, and it ended up working out for us.
Do you feel like you guys was more physical team coming in at halftime? You talked about it the other day. You guys want physical in the tournament. You feel like physicality was second half?
Absolutely, yeah. First half, it was definitely more free-flowing for them. Like I said again, LeBaron was pretty much getting whatever he wanted, So second half, that was the emphasis, play our brand of basketball, slow the game down if we need to, and just make them second-guess their shots. We came out, we blocked like three-pointers, I think, in like the first 5 minutes, and that definitely set the tone for the rest of the half. So, as long as we continue to do that and keep letting our defense pave the way for our offense, then we're going to, continue to be in good situations.
The Michigan Wolverines are going to the Elite Eight. How's that sound?
It sounds great. We're one step closer. We got two nets to cut. We're very, very close to the first one, and as long as we get to that second one, man, then the journey will be complete.
Do you feel like this team has that extra gear?
Absolutely, yeah. We're definitely a team that doesn't quit no matter what's going on. We've been in battles where we're blowing out teams, they come back, or we're getting beat pretty bad and we come back. So either way the game goes, we gotta just lean on each other and continue to try to dictate the game and play within the system.
Final one from me. How exhausting is a game like that where it seems like you guys don't stop running for 40 straight?
Man, I'm glad you said that. First half, I was exhausted. Like you said, man, I'm trying to guard Philon. I could not, man. I got the cheap foul. I'm usually a guy that doesn't foul much, so I'm kind of glad I got the foul because I got to sit down a little bit more, but man, that was brutal.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.